Hi guys, Team Flelf with Lenny's new Flelf tip segment on how to abuse LaDD.
Some tips and tricks on LaDD and just general understanding of the card because it's a very complicated card and Monarchs might be seeing some play now that Mulling Ace is out. It's a very good card that they use. So the way that LaDD works is when any effect is activated, LaDD changes that effect and then the chain will resolve backwards and LaDD will negate it. And LaDD does that by losing a 500 attack and defense. So LaDD can only negate 4 times because once it's lost 2000, which is 4 negates, its defense will be 400 and then it won't be able to negate again. LaDD isn't able to negate counter traps because LaDD's effect is supposed to be 2, counter traps are supposed to be 3. So when your opponent activates that, LaDD can't chain to it, LaDD can't negate it. What else is there? LaDD can only negate once in a chain. Otherwise it would just keep negating itself and like, the card wouldn't work at all. So if your opponent goes, say you go summon LaDD, your opponent goes torrential, LaDD will just negate it. If you summon LaDD and your opponent goes, so they have 2 back row, you're summoning LaDD, and they have MST and torrential. They activate MST in response to the summon, LaDD will chain, and then your opponent can chain torrential to the LaDD. Chain will resolve backwards, and this will be chain link 2. You can only negate once, so this will go through, LaDD will die. MST will fizzle. So, important things, LaDD will only stop effects. So it's got nothing to do with summons at all. These are all like inherent special summons. LaDD will have nothing to do with them at all. Same thing with like normal monsters. LaDD doesn't stop conditions. So if your opponent summons BLS or like Chaos Sorcerer or something, they try to banish LaDD, LaDD will negate it. You just can't declare an attack because not declaring an attack is a condition, which is like still fulfilled when the effect is activated. The same thing applies for like Debris Dragon, because like you can only sink the dragons because that's a condition. LaDD and hand traps. This is all. With these, you declare an attack, they take the damage, and then they activate the effect. So if LaDD is on 2800, declare an attack for 2800, and then this effect will respond to it. So that's with Gauze and Trag. And then they'll activate this, LaDD will negate it, and the LaDD will go to 23. So they'll be taking 28. And LaDD won't destroy them, so these will stay in the hand. So if you're the one holding the Gauzes and the Trags, it's important to keep revealing them to wear down LaDD's negations for free. Because like the reason LaDD is such a good card is that it negates everything your opponent does. It just forces them to a minus and gives you a lot of advantage. Because when they kill it, its effect will bring out something from the grave. So Battle Fader is different. Because Battle Fader activates at attack declaration. You declare for 2300, declare for 2800. Battle Fader goes, and then LaDD will get it. The attack will go through for 2300. Yeah. So with effects, you still pay costs for effects. So even hand traps, discarding is a cost to activate the effect. Even with Veiler, if you want to Veiler a LaDD will chain to Veiler, LaDD will negate Veiler. This will still be discarded as a cost. Because LaDD's just stupid. Like same thing with spells and stuff, you need to tribute as a cost. Like with Econ. Yeah. So if your opponent summons a LaDD and you want to get over it in an easy way, there's a few like cards with built-in easy outs to LaDD. Things like True One Frog, Kinkabio, and like basically any lights one monster which mills in the end phase. They have an easy out. This is in the standby phase. You can activate effect, LaDD will chain to it and negate it, and because it's still a standby phase, you can activate the effect again. You just keep activating it until LaDD's out of negations. With any spirit monster, in the end phase it keeps trying to bounce to the hand. LaDD keeps negating it. With any lights one, it keeps trying to mill in the end phase and LaDD keeps negating it. So that's an easy way to get over LaDD. If you have LaDD and you want to get a bunch more like negations out of it or something, or you want one of your plays to go through, a good way to do it is to have like chain Book of Moon to affect a lad. So your opponent has back row. You have lad. You go activate MST. Lad chains. You go activate Book on lad. MST will go through destroying the back row because lad's attack and defense can't change. Then he like flips on it, and lad will be on full negations again because it's stupid.
It's a bit good.
Cards that negate at activations, things like Dark Bride and Solemn Warning. Even if lad has no negations left, lad will still chain to effects that are activated. So if either player activates Monster Reborn and lad has no negations, neither player can respond to the activation with something like Solemn Warning or Dark Bride because lad will be chaining to it and they won't be able to respond. If lad gets, if the summon of lad is negated, because of the wording in the text, if it never touched the field, it just has to be destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You can still summon something from the grave, which is very good. So if you have lad, when you summon it, you need to make sure you want to slow down your game, because this hurts your opponent by slowing them down as well. You don't want to keep trying to push things at your opponent because this will negate your stuff as well. So it'll force you to go minus, which defeats the point of this card. And if you're trying to get over lad, you need to be really careful with what you do. You don't want to be trying to minus as little as possible. Try and get free outs to lad negations.
Just go to Utopia.
Yeah, Utopia is an amazing out to lad. Because if lad declares it, even if lad's on full negation, lad declares an attack on Utopia.
Well, even if Utopia declares an attack.
Yeah, and
yeah.
So lad attacks Utopia, Utopia negates lad's attack, lad negates Utopia, lad goes to 23 and the attack goes through, lad just kills itself. And if Utopia attacks into lad, Utopia tries to negate its own attack, lad will negate that, the attack will go through and lad will be dead. And even if Utopia has no negations, if this attacks into lad, if lad attacks into Utopia, Utopia tries to kill itself, but lad stops it from killing itself, so lad will die. I don't know. Utopia's got something against lad. They don't like each other. It just dies. So yeah, when you have this card, be really careful with it. Try to wear down your opponent as much as possible. If your opponent has this card, you want to try and waste the negations. You want to minus as little as you can and defeat the point of them running this card. So hopefully that was helpful with lad, one of the stupidest and most difficult cards in the game. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.